surged ICE agents. Just weeks into the new year, the Trump administration has surged ICE agents to American cities, overthrown a foreign head of state, threatened a military takeover of Greenland, and rewritten the history of January 6th. As Liz Landers reports, the administration has rolled out a campaign across departments that draws on images and ideas borrowed from right-wing and white nationalist circles.
From the U.S. Department of Labor, a message. One homeland, one people, one heritage. Remember who you are, American. It's a video that appears to be part of a campaign now ramping up to sell the administration's efforts to the American people. For example, calling on potential ICE recruits to, quote, defend the homeland from outsiders while featuring heroic images of white men, often from a bygone era. Then there's this tweet from Friday, an ICE recruitment ad featuring the turn of phrase, "We'll have our home again," plastered over an image of a man on horseback and a stealth bomber flying in the distance. That's a reference to the song "We'll Have Our Home Again," a white supremacist anthem favored by the Proud Boys. Oh my God, we'll have our home again. My God, we'll have our home. Another image tells supporters to, quote, trust the plan, the slogan of the right-wing conspiracy theory known as QAnon, which posits there's a global cabal of pedophiles and deep state actors trafficking children, and that Trump is fighting it. It's also a movement heavily involved in the insurrection on January 6, 2021. Last week, the Trump administration published a new website rewriting that history to blame Democrats for security failures that day and to justify the president's pardoning of more than 1,500 defendants. Weighing in on another era, last week President Trump also sat for a lengthy interview with the New York Times. He was asked about the civil rights movement and told reporters that while the landmark legislation did some good things, he said, quote, it also hurt a lot of people that deserve to go to a college or deserve to get a job, were unable to get a job. So it was a reverse discrimination. A day later, Trump supporter and billionaire Elon Musk wrote 100 above this message on X, which read in part, quote, if white men become a minority, we will be slaughtered. White solidarity is the only way to survive. That's known as the Great Replacement Theory, popular in white nationalist circles that falsely claims the white population is being intentionally replaced by non-whites.
Just weeks into the new year, the Trump...
All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Also, like foreigners, for the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Like apostles coined it, not only for the year, but he coined for the year apostates, sellouts, agents, but also said that this year is a year where the Lord is going to ramp things up. So we went from people hiding their feelings to now the devil is telling you straight up to your face how they see you. And what I mean by seeing you, I'm talking about people that doesn't look like them. And everything that's going on right now is going by their likeness. They're trying to, they play the role of the victim and play the role of the victorious ones at once. And they don't give a damn who they hurt. So the heat is on. The devil's turning up the heat on everyone. All right? He's turning the heat up on you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Like I did the show, I guess that would be last night. And, you know, Jacob's Trouble, we're in the prime stage of Jacob's Trouble. Meaning, like the first stage of Jacob's Trouble. We've been in Jacob's Trouble since a lot of Jacobs coming through the walls. I mean, that's the walls. Coming in, and the kids was getting kidnapped and so forth. But it's ramping up. Not even talking about going door to door and seeing what people have put in their social media about them. So yeah, shit's about to go down. All right. And like I said in the last video as well, they are following the blueprint of a particular group in history that they love so much to have movies about, and they love so much to show you how if they could rewrite things and this evil, how they would take it out, execute it. You know, they'll do all sorts of harm. They will hunt them down to the corners of the world. All right, and they're doing the exact same thing that they did. All right, with the with a leader. What's that word? A cult of personality. A leader that has a cult of personality, that has like a religious backing of his followers to follow him wherever. So wherever he goes, hey, the scripture says, um, the elect will follow the Lamb whatsoever he goeth. Right. Well, in this world, there's a group of morons that's gonna follow Nero whatsoever he goeth. Okay. Even when the dirt came out on Nero that he sucked Bubba, I don't know. They don't even want to talk about that shit no more. How he sucked off Bubba, and one of his main supporters, Alex Jones, said if they had the tape, so what? He's preventing World War III. So you have like a sick occultic following of this individual, all right? And that group that I'm talking about is the Nazis. Okay, just in case anybody don't know what I'm talking about, you got to know history. So the same way they talk shit about all these other people, these dictators around the world, and how evil they are, and this guy's doing the exact same thing. He personalized. They're not stopping the recruiting, all right? And evidence is coming out that a lot of those people that's so-called ICE agents are actually IDF members. Look that up if you don't know. Your first time hearing this. They're for a particular group of people around the world as well. And since they also are following, doing the recruitment, they have mastered that shit back at the land that they stole themselves. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going into it. Somebody asked a question on it. I don't know if that was being sincere or I don't know what. To be honest, just say shalom, and that's keep it moving. Because you're gonna hear us repeat the same thing over and over again. Ain't nobody getting away from that judgment scot free. Point blank. Period. Now the person that asked a question. Matter of fact, me go to my thing. Which video was it? Jake. I don't know, man. Just not this one. This is cool. I gotta respond to that. Oh yeah, this guy right here. Pac is a goat. Yeah, he is a goat, right? Anyway, y'all spending more time on Jacob's trouble than Esau's double judgment. Is there a is there a reason? Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Like, come on. Are you fucking serious? You don't see what fuck is going on? Yo, Jake. This is what's wrong with Jake, bro. You don't see, yeah, like the scripture says. Matter of fact, let me get that. That's what's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all just see for y'all it's just if you don't like what we saying or just don't look at this how many other videos, how many other topics we cover. All right. So it's why would you even say that? What time are we in? It says Matthew 16 and yeah, 16 and 2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and low ringing. O you hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the times? So can't you not see what the signs of the times are we in? We know what's going to happen to Esau. We're going to get to that point, but the first thing is in line right now is Jacob's trouble. And without Jacob's trouble, we can't get into the kingdom of heaven. All right? And here's a caveat. Jacob's trouble is also the world's trouble. Okay? So yeah, Esau is going to get what's coming to him. Oh, you best to believe he will get what's coming to him. All right? But right now, that show, the focus, yeah, it is about Jacob's trouble. The focus right now for us is Jacob's trouble and RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. Those are the two major things. Because World War III is going to happen no matter what. All right? The enemy is coming. The enemy is here. The enemy is coming for us. Okay? The enemy is coming. This is part of the gospel. This is part of what the Lord said. Matter of fact, I prefer this one. Luke 21 and 20. It says, when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies. What is Jerusalem? Jerusalem is a people before is a place. All right? And what does Jerusalem mean? City of peace, which we have not known. But what we're seeing now in the hoods and wherever we at, the enemy's coming, compassing about as an army. They're going around doing they're Gurkha troops. Not Gurkha troops, Gestapos. All right? They are coming for Jake, bro. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they are coming for you. All right? Because that's the wrath of the Lord. And the Lord been told us this thing is going to happen. Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. So as much as we want certain things to happen, it's not going to happen the way we want it to happen. In other words, we got to go through it first. That's Acts 1 and 5. This is 1 and 6. All right. When they therefore came together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his power. So it's not of us to say the kingdom of heaven is right there at this particular day at that particular time. The Lord already know himself, but we have to go through what we're going through. The enemy is propping up. The enemy is built. He's built up. All right. They're at their proudest moment right now, and there's going to be more victories on their behalf than victories for us. All right. The scene is like a great movie scene when hope and desperation is at an all-time high. I mean, when there's nothing there. All right, everybody's dispersed. Everybody's thrown out in the streets, running for their lives, being hunted down. Then the miracles will take place. All right. Then the Lord's going to show who is chosen. But until then, we don't know what's going to happen. All right. We don't know. The main focal point right now, which was prophecy, and part of the main prophecy is Jacob's trouble. All right. And it says back in Luke 21 and 21 and 21. What was I saying? It said, let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. And this is 70 AD. So the Lord prophesied about 70 AD before it even happened. All right. And he gave them the blueprint was going to take place. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. So if it was all things that was written be fulfilled at that time, how much more now? All right. So whatever happened to us during 70 AD, whatever is going to happen to us now is going to mask that. It's going to surpass that. All right. So we got to be on point. We got to see what's going on. We're watchmen. All right. The chip is here. Elon Musk is, he want to do mass production of the neural link. All right. Esau sending out his dogs, other Edomites. The enemies being roused up. So all these things are happening. So don't come into the comment board and make a bold statement like that. If you watch any of our videos, we talk about everything. Everything you could think of. All right. And it says, but woe unto them that are with children, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be a great distress in the land, and the wrath of upon this people. And that's exactly what's happening right now. The wrath of us upon our people. And what I said in the other video was what? There wasn't even, because before it was just Judah, it was just, sorry, it was the Negroes and Latinos. Now they're going after Gad. All right. Now they're going after Gad now. So yeah, the focal point is us. World War III is gonna happen because they have done unto us. That's why the Lord's gonna judge this all these kingdoms. We always been the focal point. And it says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away into captivity. So captives into all nations. So if you fast forward what's happening now, what's happening to our people? They are getting snatched up and being thrown in a concentration camp. People are disappearing. There it is. I'm in New York City watching the news. It's supposed to be a sanctuary city. They going into fucking City Hall. They're going into City Hall to go after freaking workers that's working for the actual city, who has working visas and all this other shit. So this is a most distressful time for all of Israel. All right. It says, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, which is to this day. The land is greatly polluted. All right. So that's all I wanted to bring out on that. Back in when I was going to Revelations 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. All right. So he's coming down with great wrath. And we all know how Esau gets down, the Edomites. They got to prop themselves up. They got to pump their chest. They got to let things be known how they feel about a matter. All right. That's exactly what they're doing right now. They got to play the role of the victim, the VIX, and they got to justify what they're doing. And when they justify exactly what they're doing, they don't give a damn who they apologize for. It's pride. All of it is pride. It says, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. So woe meaning death and destruction, for the devils come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. This is why, let me go back to this real quick. I did a video on that too. No.
Just weeks into the new year, the Trump administration.
No, I just gonna go to the guy himself. Man, Elon Musk, might I add, not from America, may I add. Okay? But yet he can make a statement.
Billionaire Elon Musk wrote 100 above this message on X, which read in part, quote, if white men become a minority, we will be slaughtered. White solidarity is the only way to survive.
So they openly raising up a race war. They're openly telling people how they feel. They don't give a damn. All right. They pump at their chest. While our people, on the other hand, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, still got issues with one another. See, there's a difference between them and their lie and Jake and the lies that they believe in. All right. Jake act like they're two different people. Just because you speak Spanish and another person may speak French or English, and you got the same common history. What's gonna take Jake to lose it? Oh, the Lord. All right, the Lord. So all these things they keep propping themselves up. Our job is to tell them what was gonna happen before it happened. And here we are. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, real quick. Second Ezra 16. I start at 37. You know what? I start at 35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Who are the servants of the Lord? Israel, the prophets, all right, the elect. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. So things are happening. All right. Things are happening and it's not slacking no longer. A quote that one of the beloved brother Shaman I quoted one time at camp said it'd be years. He quoted from somebody else. The guy said, I forgot. I'm gonna look it up, but there'd be years nothing happened, and it'd be years where decades happen. So time is speeding up. We're in a accelerated time force. All right, and this is acceleration that's taking place. It's causing what would take a long time to grow to be built up to come out in a faster pace. And who's the slow bellies not receiving it? Israel. All right, they're not receiving it. They're not understanding what's going on. It says, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bring forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So we've been saying that all these things was going to happen, and it has not slacked a moment. It's one thing after another. This is why, going back to the PBS, brother, I put it up. This is a PBS. I hate when it does that. This is a PBS, which is channel 13 over here. I don't know what channel it is over in other states. All right. So they just started out basically saying, yeah, the year started and all these things happened. So none of these things are slacking a moment. We're in what? By the time I put this up, what is the fourth? Oh, it's gonna be the 14th when I put this up. So within 14 days, so much shit is happening, and he's still planning to go and attack Iran. All right, he's still planning to do other shit, attack Cuba, Colombia. Okay, he's talking about not giving the blue states that doesn't allow ICE to work to come in. He's saying that he's not going to allow them. He's not going to give them no money. He's going to cut the funding. Oh, government shutdown, which is supposed to be by the end of this month. All these things are happening in a rapid pace like it has never happened before because the Lord is accelerating things. We got to count this as a blessing because the Lord is accelerating, and for what reason? For the elect's sake. Like it says Matthew 24 and 22. It says, even so, 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, from famines to diseases, all right, unknown diseases, known diseases, all these things is happening And we're fully not grasping the environment that we in. Okay, the week is going by fast. We're already in another year. Next thing you know, we're in 250 years of this shithole. 250 years. Already things are speeding up. So nothing is slacking. It says, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So from attacks to paying rent, paying bills, and all these other stuff, people don't know what's going on. People losing it. This is like you're not getting a break. Everything's happening. It's like it doesn't. There's no break in between any longer. It's just one thing after another and after another. Well, guess what? When all this shit hits the fan, it's gonna be one thing after another after another. All right. It says, "Oh my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, to thy battle." So how many of us are ready? Now, some people might say, "Well, I go camping. I got survival tactics here and there." It's not talking about that particular ready. All right. Those are good caveats. But the readiness is what? Ready in mind. Knowing that this shit is about to go down. You have people that Jake that's going on the website like, yo, this is what's happening. You gotta learn how to grow your own foods and this, that to the third. The seeds are poison. Everything around us is out of order. The Lord is not. You could use these tactics, but the Lord doesn't care about that because the Lord is going to take care of his people. Isaiah 65th, was it? Yeah, 65th chapter. All right. His servants shall eat. His servants shall drink. So does that mean that they knew how to dig a certain area and water is going to spring out? No, it means just that. The Lord's going to find a way. So mentally, spiritually, you got to be ready. Shit is about to go down. All right. Shit about to go down. And your main reliance is supposed to be in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. What is a pilgrim? A pilgrim is not set in one location. It moves from one location to another. And when you look up the word pilgrim, it's seeking a miracle. So we're going to go be out there seeking a miracle. Because the enemy is coming in. All right? The enemy is coming. Enemy is practically itching to attack, waiting for that green light. And them not knowing that they're being possessed by the Lord to bring the wrath upon his people. And when the Lord's done with this devil, he's going to flip it on them. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is about to flip it on you devils. But he's getting these people proud. He's raising up the Jake's enemy. Why do I keep doing this for? He's raising them up. So they're talking about they're gonna get their home again. They're gonna they want to get rid of people, legal, illegal. If you don't look like the typical what American is supposed to look like, they're gonna get you. All this nonsense, man. But guess what? This is all part of the prophecy. Okay, our enemies are stirred up against us, and it doesn't matter what camp that you in. It doesn't matter if you was neutral. None of that is gonna matter. They coming for Israel, bro. So you better off just getting your rocks off and telling this devil to his face that he's going down. Okay? Because it doesn't matter what you say, how you get things done. None of that is gonna matter in that day. All right? Why? Because it's the judgment. It's the judgment of the Lord. They're not gonna care if you was just watching a video for a few seconds. They coming for you. Jake, all you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you gotta take a side. You gotta make a decision. Because the decision is already made. That's the crazy part. So on Psalms 94 and 16, who will rise up for me? Sorry, who will raise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And that's the $1 million question. And the ones that's doing that is the elected of the nation of Israel. All right, the only ones, the defenders of the gospel. I could have been focusing on the fact of what they're saying, what they're doing, but they're gonna do the devil is gonna do what the devil is gonna do. He needs a pep talk. He needs to feel that he's a man again. All right, here it is. They've been on top for all this fucking time, and they lost their fucking manhood. All right, they was more in tune with drugs and each other, and I'm not talking about with their own women, with their own men, than anything else. And this whole time, this shit made them soft. And we've been in a servitude state, but the Lord has raised up the elect. All right, the men of men. That's who the Lord called for. And then what they're gonna do? They're gonna stand up, which where everybody was out there, they didn't even take what we was doing out there serious. They thought it was a joke. It was a waste of time. Now, when it's all said and done, whose time was wasted? Because it doesn't matter what degrees that you have, is that going to help you when ICE come in and snatch you up? They don't give a damn how much education that you have. All right, how big is your freaking? How big is your parking garage? Okay, how much you made in your bank account? None of that shit gonna matter. You wasted your time. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end it off on this. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 says, "Then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him." And they afflicted you on a low key, and they flipped it. Now they're about to afflict you, persecute you, afflict you, harm you, kill you, destroy you on the physical. When are you gonna stand up, Jake? When? When it's too little, too late? It says, and make no accounts for his labors. When they say, see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they could look for. And that's talking about what? The chariots, all right? What the world call UFOs. That's what's gonna stand up for us. Or things that's out of this world, apparitions are gonna be popping up. This devil's coming down with great wrath, but fails to understand you're dealing with the God of gods, the King of terror. And the Lord has so much armory is beyond the comprehension in the human mind. So the Lord's going to defend us, all right? And ultimately, the Lord is going to deliver us, the hopeful elect. It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, a proverb and a reproach. And that's going into all the people that's not going to make it, especially 2/3, yo. All right? Y'all going to look like fucking fools. And here it is. You got a lot of these guys, these podcasters, all right, that's probably cheering all this shit that's going on. Oh, yeah, they're making America great again. Negro, please. They want to get rid of your ass as well. All right, and all the men that was telling you, hey, that's why what's my man's name again? Yeah, Amazing Lucas. Some brother keep finding it. He said he keeps saying it too. He's like, yo, I'm starting to believe what those Hebrew Israelites were saying is right. There's gonna be a lot of that. There's gonna be a lot of I told you so's in that day, in that moment. Why? Because that's how the Yahweh Bashem Yahshua gets down. The Lord Himself, this is how He desires things to be. When the ones that sacrifice their lives for Him to be justified of their sacrifice. All right. It says we fools accounted His life as madness and His end to be without honor. That's why you have a lot of people that will sit there, gainsayers, people that will sit there and critique every single thing that you say and you do, and this, that, the third. Like they don't count like what we're doing. Well, let's start from Apostle Tar. Apostle Tar is a man that's been in this truth for over 40 years. Over 40 years. Majority of the brothers in the camp, not even 40 years old. That's how long this man been doing it. So, like he said in the video, that's all he knows. And that's all of us know. There's nothing for us out here. There's nothing for us. This is our life. This is our livelihood. All right. But when people see it from family to strangers, they're like, "Oh, you're just wasting your time." Now, whose time is being wasted? All right. We done told you. We done said it several times, years in, years out. What was going to happen? How things was going to take place? How exactly how things was going to go down? Now we may not have been precise and thought, okay, he was going to make a personal army to go out there and do this. But in the general sense of the matter, we were correct. So our lives was not accounted for nothing. It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot among the saints? And that's all that matters to any brother that's out here doing this. We want to be saved. We want to be picked. All right, we was called for this thing. We want to, Lord willing, we want to see this thing through. All right. So this devil's gonna come down and have a great wrath, but fuck him, he ain't shit. He's getting a green light from the Lord anyway. All right. And without Yahweh Bashem Yahushai saying, "Go do this, go do that," he can't do nothing. It says, therefore, we have erred from the way of the truth, and the light of the righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not up upon us. We worried ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through desert where they lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. And what have pride profited us? Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? All these things are passed away like a shadow, and there's a post that hasted by. Sorry. So you know what? I'm gonna just wrap it up with that. With that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation Israel. Shalom.